Animated Parashá with Micha, Animated 2.0. Welcome to another animated Torah portion with Micha Animated. This week, Parashat Toldot, which means generations. You ask and I answer, or at least I try. Let's get started.
Micha, is it possible for a newborn baby to be born and already be bad?
The director is curious to know the answer, so I will respond. Yitzhak and Rivka were married for 20 years and still didn't have children. Yitzhak went to one corner of the room to pray, and Rivka went to another corner to pray. Our sages say that Hashem heard the prayer of Yitzhak because he was a righteous man, the son of a righteous man. Rivka, on the other hand, was a righteous woman, but she was the daughter of a wicked man. The prayer of a righteous son of a righteous man is more potent than the prayer of a righteous daughter of a wicked man. Finally, she became pregnant, but her pregnancy was complicated. Rivka felt the baby kick when she passed by a synagogue. Rivka felt the baby kick when she passed by a house of idolatry. She was confused, wondering, does this baby want to go to the synagogue, or does he want to go to the house of idolatry? Is he a scholar, or does he want to cause trouble? She went to the study center of Shem, the son of Noach. Do you remember when Micha talked about Noach? Shem was a scholar and could speak with God. When Shem spoke with God, he discovered what was happening with Rebekah's pregnancy. She didn't have just one baby in her belly, she had two. They were twins. One wanted to go to the synagogue, and the other wanted to go to the house of idolatry. Shem also warned her that these babies would quarrel and have disputes, and that's exactly what happened. When it was time to be born, the two fought over who would be the first to come out of their mother's womb. The righteous son wanted to be born first because the benefits of being the firstborn were very special. The firstborn worked in the Bet HaMikdash and performed sacred duties. The other twin wanted to be the firstborn because he would receive more money.
Micha, which of these babies was born first?
The firstborn son was named Esau. He was red and hairy. He pushed his brother and opened Rebekah's womb. The second brother, who was later called Jacob, was born holding onto Esau's heel, which is why he received that name, because Jacob means heel in Hebrew. Even from a young age, everyone could see their differences. Yaakov was studious and focused on the synagogue, while Esau was a hunter and more interested in causing trouble and idolatry. When Yaakov and Esau turned 13, which is the Jewish coming of age, their grandfather Abraham passed away. Yitzhak was in mourning. Yaakov, his grandson, was preparing a pot of lentils to comfort his saddened father. Suddenly, Esau, hungry, returned from the field and asked Yaakov, "Please give me some of those lentils." Yaakov replied, "No, these lentils are for my father Isaac, who is mourning." "But give me some," insisted Esau. At that moment, one of the greatest negotiations in human history occurred. Yaakov came to Esau and said, "I'll give you this bowl of lentils if you sell me your birthright. From this day on, the birthright belongs to me. I wasn't born first, but the privileges of being the firstborn and performing sacred services are now mine, all for a bowl of lentils." So, what do you think happened? The hungry Esau sold his birthright to his brother Yaakov in exchange for the lentils. Our Torah says that he devoured the bowl in one gulp. To answer your question, yes, a child can be born with negative traits, as was the case with Esau. However, God also provides opportunities for improvement throughout childhood and youth. It is the responsibility of teachers and educators, as well as parents, to help children change and develop more positive characteristics. Esau had the appearance of being righteous, but was deceitful. His father believed he was righteous because he asked questions about the Bible. However, he wasn't on the right path. We may be born with negative traits, but we can change. I sense that someone here has a question.
Micha, come on. Yaakov also deceived?
Good question, and I'll explain. It's not as straightforward as it may seem. Yaakov did not deceive anyone. It may appear that way, but let me tell you the story. When Isaac was becoming ill, he went blind. According to our sages, angelic tears fell when his father was ready to sacrifice him. As he aged, he became blind and couldn't see clearly who was in front of him. He called his eldest son to give him a blessing before his passing. So folks, who was the eldest son? Tell me. Esau was born first. Isaac was unaware of the deal. He believed his eldest son was Esau. He summoned his son Esau and said, "Bring me some good food, like a great barbecue, an animal that has been properly slaughtered according to Jewish law. Micha will explain how animals are ritually slaughtered in the upcoming Parashat. My soul will be delighted, my body satisfied, and I will bless you. Esau went out to hunt an animal, and Rebekah overheard that her husband Yitzhak intended to bless Esau. Rebekah thought, no, it's the righteous one who deserves the blessing. Jacob is the eldest, and he deserves the blessing. She went to Jacob and said, quickly, run to the field, take one of my animals, slaughter it, and bring it to your father so you can receive the blessing. Jacob hesitated and said, but wait, if my father comes close to me, he will realize I am not Esau. He is hairy, I am not. If he gets close, he will discover the deception, and instead of giving a deception, he might even curse me. Rebekah responded, if your father curses you, the curse will fall on me. Do what I ask. Yaakov hurried to the field, slaughtered the animal, prepared it the way his father liked, and his mother dressed him in Esau's clothes, which were hairy. When Yaakov approached his father, Yitzhak felt something was off. He said, the voice is Yaakov's, not Esau's. He asked, who are you, my son? Jacob replied, I am Esau, your firstborn. It's me. So Yitzhak felt Jacob's hands, noting they were like Esau's, but the voice was like Jacob's. Yitzhak then blessed Jacob with beautiful blessings, including material abundance and numerous spiritual blessings. After Jacob left his father's presence, Esau arrived with his plate of food. He said, Father, eat from my plate and bless me. Yitzhak replied, I don't understand. I just ate, and someone came and took the blessing that was meant for you. Esau realized that Jacob had taken his blessing. Think about how angry he became. He already took my birthright, and now he took my blessing. I'm going to kill my brother Jacob. This story illustrates how anger can lead a person to make terrible choices. Rebekah, realizing that her son Jacob was in danger, sent him away. Go to my brother Lavan. Flee. Esau wants to harm you. He's furious because of the blessing. So, to answer your question, Jacob didn't deceive anyone. He and his mother Rebekah used cunning and wisdom to obtain what they deserved. In life, we don't need to lie blatantly. We can use wisdom and astuteness to achieve what we rightfully deserve. Life is full of situations in which you may find yourself dealing with deception. You don't need to lie. You can use wisdom and cunning to reach your deserving outcomes. Share your thoughts on these teachings in the video's comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like our channel. And of course, share the Parasha in your home, with your family, and at the Shabbat table. See ya! The Animated Parashá with Micha Animated 2.0.